Hi again. So I felt like I should do a review of some kind rather than just nonsensical rambling. So, as I said, I got some of my YA fantasy books back off friends recently, so they can sit back on the bookshelf and my shelf can look more populated. And two of them that I got back were the first two in Leslie Livingston's Wondrous Strange series, being, of course, Wondrous Strange. Isn't that gorgeous? Holy frig, they're gorgeous covers. Even just the colour scheme, the purples and the teal aqua, and the girl, who of course is stunning. That's Kelly Winslow right there. And then there's Darklight, again, a friggin' beautiful cover. And Kelly's so pretty. And the back's stunning too. They're just, oh, they're so pretty. And these are fairy books set in and around New York City for the most part. They're urban fantasy stories, you know, along the lines of Wicked Lovely or Type and so on. And the main hook for me in wanting to start this series was the fact that the character of Kelly Winslow, our protagonist, is an actress, or an aspiring actress in New York, in the theatre, and her love is Shakespeare. And so I knew that all the books in the series were going to have a Shakespearean angle, and that would be the hook in some way. And I thought that I would be perhaps turned off by that element, because we've seen that before, notably in Twilight, when we've had classical influences being put into the narrative, and it's always felt really forced, and also the point of those classical narratives, or the themes of them, always seem to be skewed to kind of meet with the needs of whatever tale was being told. So I think Bella and Edward had a tendency to misinterpret a lot of stuff. But anyway, that's off topic. But I thought, Shakespeare and New York and theatre life mixed with fairies. That's pretty damn cool, and kind of ticks a lot of boxes for me. So that was the hook for me to want to read these. And they're really enjoyable. I'd given both of these 4 stars. I've got to think. The character of Kelly, I quite like her, which I wasn't really expecting, even though she's an actress and her passion is the stage and she's an intelligent girl. I was still thinking, there's got to be something about you that's really going to piss me off, and I have a feeling that, like with most female heroines, it's going female heroines. That was redundant. Anyway, I had a feeling it was going to be how she interacted with her romantic interest, who in this case is one Sonny Flannery, who of course has Irish heritage, and he guards the gate between the other realm, the fairy realm, between that and New York City and Central Park. By the way, I love the setting of Central Park as being the portal. That's really cool, and the history behind that is really nifty to read about. Yeah, I figured that once Kelly sort of formed a bond with Sonny, I'd hate them both. I don't. I'm sort of indifferent to Sonny. I don't really have any strong feelings towards him. He's fine. There's nothing major that pisses me off about him, which is a plus. For the most part, when Kelly's around him, like, she's not severely weakened. She doesn't lose all sense of personality. And her aspirations, for the most part, still remain the same. There is the dialogue between them, as with most romantic young couples, can tend to be a bit nauseating, but that's okay. That's alright. You know, and their interactions are good. And, yeah, and, like, his backstory, which we've been finding out, and he's been finding out bits and pieces, and how it can maybe link to Kelly's own backstory that she's been finding out, and her connection with fairies, and what her heritage really is, and all that sort of stuff mishmashing together is really cool. I'm trying to think what else. It's been a while since I've read either of these two, and as I've said before, having read other fairy books around about the same time, it really does jumble in your head, especially with this one for some reason has correlations to me with the Iron Fae, with Julie Kagawa's Iron Fae series, even though really they're nothing alike. But I think just the fact that, you know, it honestly isn't a spoiler because I'm pretty certain it's on the back here, the fact that she has a fairy father, and Megan has a fairy father, and Kelly enters the fairy realm reluctantly, and Megan enters the fairy realm reluctantly, and the politics between the fae courts and stuff is just, yeah, can do my head in a little bit. But I think of these two, I did prefer Wondrous Strange a little more than Darklight, actually. Which it tends to be that I prefer books in a series as they progress. I think it was because this one introduced a love triangle, sort of. And it felt like it did feel unnecessary for me. The character that became involved, we met him, Fenris, we met him in this novel, and he was fine, I think, just as a character to be there as a supporting role. I don't think he needed to be pushed into the relationship between Sunny and Kelly. Others may disagree. I've read different reviews on that, but I don't know, that was just me. It felt unnecessary. But we'll see where it goes in the final one. Trying to think what else. I do have a favourite character in these so far, and as always, he's a supporting character. It's Gentleman Jack. He's a member of the company, of Kelly's theatre company that she works with. And, yeah, he's lovely. And so accepting and calm and wise, and he just, I want to take him and give him a hug. I love him. And I'm glad that he got to play a larger role in the action of this one, which was really unexpected but cool. Like, let's just say that the theatre world kind of really does collide with the fairy world in Darklight. And I was like, it was exciting for me. Yeah, I keep thinking, honestly, oh, I'm going to mention that, and it's something from the Iron Fae series. Ponder. Yeah, well, okay, because I've drawn a mental blank for now, I'm just going to say that I have enjoyed these novels and I do recommend them to people. Leslie is a Canadian author and actress, so of course she knows plenty about her theatre, so that's really groovy, and she has her own company. And yeah, I've loved reading and listening to interviews with her, and I think that the amalgamation of stuff that she's put into these books is just kind of pin-picked out of things that I really love, so I'm kind of glad that it exists in a fictional world and I can read about it and enjoy it, and they're just so pretty, so I'm holding them like this. So if you like your fairy novels, go out and read these, the Wondrous Strange series. The final one, Tempestuous, I think it's getting released in December. Different sites say different things, but I'm pretty certain it's like December 31st or something. So, and that one has a gorgeous cover too, of course. And that should be the final one. I think it's meant to be a trilogy, so yeah. Go out and read these, and enjoy them, and get the final one in time for Christmas. So, yeah, go fairies and go theatre. Okay, so bye for now everybody, happy reading.